Welcome students. Today we are going to learn about the feedback amplifiers in our coursework of analog circuits. Myself Dr. Kirti Vyas from RA College of Engineering IT. So let's get started with the lecture. First of all, we should know what a feedback amplifier means. A feedback amplifier means that your amplifier, which may be a BJT amplifier, FET or a MOSFET amplifier, is having two components. First is the amplifier itself, and second, we are taking a sample of an output signal and feeding it back to the input by a feedback network. So, a feedback amplifier consists of two components, namely the feedback circuit and the amplifier circuit. Most of the time, the feedback circuit is essentially a potential divider consisting of resistance R1 and R2. This may vary according to the application as well. Like in Colpitts and Hartley oscillator, it is comprising of L and C components. The purpose of feedback circuit is to return a fraction of the output voltage to the input of the amplifier circuit. Now, we should understand there are two types of feedback possible. First is a positive feedback and second is a negative feedback. The negative feedback returns the part of the output to oppose the input, whereas in positive feedback, the feedback signal aids the input signal. We can also find out the value of the gain of a feedback amplifier by applying the KVS in this particular circuit. And we find that the feedback gain, that is AF, is equals to A upon 1 plus A beta. For a negative feedback, A beta is greater than 0. For positive feedback, A beta is lesser than 0. Now we talk of the advantage of a negative feedback. The negative feedback can reduce the gain of an amplifier, but it has many advantages such as gain stabilization, reduction of non-linear distortion and noise, control of input and output impedances, and extension of bandwidth. The gain stabilization can be understood by differentiating AF with respect to A. We have 1 upon 1 plus A beta into dA by A. Therefore, the percentage change in AF due to variation in some circuit parameter is reduced by 1 plus A beta times compared to without feedback, and hence the negative feedback is able to stabilize the gain. Advantage of the negative feedback are reduction of the nonlinear distortion, where we can say by closed loop configuration there is a reduction in nonlinear distortion, and next one is bandwidth extension. Now we should understand there can be four basic feedback topologies. These are named as voltage series feedback, which is a voltage amplifier, current shunt feedback, which is a transresistance amplifier, current series feedback, that is transconductance amplifier, and a current shunt feedback, which is a current amplifier. All the topologies are named such that the first word is either a current or a voltage and a second word is either a shunt or a series. By voltage amplifier, we understand that from the output port, the voltage signal has been sampled, and by current, we understand that from the output port, the current has been sampled and given to the input side. And the second words, which are shunt and series, these are referring to the mixing. So the mixing type can be in shunt or in series. Let's better understand these amplifiers by looking at the feedback topologies. Now you can understand that various topologies are shown. Across the load resistance RL, whenever we are taking the voltage drop, it is a voltage sampling, and whenever we are taking a current, it is in series. And also you can also see the mixing type. The mixing is either in shunt, which is by use of a current source, and if the mixer is in series, there will be always a voltage source. This is how you should understand how to draw these topologies. Now, further analysis into the feedback topologies. The first topology is voltage shunt feedback. Here in this topology, we have derived the value of voltage gain, input impedance and output impedance values. We can see that the voltage gain AF is equals to V0 by IS, which is equals to A upon 1 plus A beta. The input impedance is getting reduced by the factor of 1 upon 1 plus A beta, and the output impedance is also getting reduced by the factor of 1 plus A beta. Hence, these are the conclusion for a voltage shunt feedback. The next topology is a voltage series feedback. The voltage series feedback circuit, after applying the KVS, we observe that the voltage gain AF is getting reduced by the factor of 1 upon 1 plus A beta. The input impedance here in series get increased by the factor of 1 plus A beta, and the output impedance get reduced by the factor of 1 upon A beta. Next is current series feedback. The current series feedback analysis says that the voltage gain AF get reduced by the factor of 1 upon A beta. The output impedance value gets reduced by the factor of 1 upon A beta, and the input impedance, since it is a series kinds of mixing, get enhanced by the factor of 1 plus A beta. Next is a current series feedback. Here we can see that the voltage gain is getting reduced by the factor of 1 upon 1 plus A beta. The input impedance getting enhanced by the factor of 1 plus A beta. The output impedance getting reduced by the factor of 1 upon 1 plus A beta. These are the conclusion for current series feedback. Last, we should understand Nyquist criteria to maintain the stability of negative feedback amplifier. The Nyquist criteria form basis of the steady state method of determining whether an amplifier is a stable or not. Now, let us understand what is Nyquist criteria. The A beta is a function of frequency. The points in the complex plane are obtained from the value of A beta corresponding to all values of f from negative infinity to infinity. The locus of all these points form a closed curve. The criteria of Nyquist is that amplifier is unstable if the curve encloses the point -1 plus J0, and amplifier is stable if curve does not enclose this point. This can be shown by drawing a locus of 1 mod 1 plus A beta as shown in this circuit in this slide. I hope you are able to understand the concept of feedback amplifier. Thank you for patiently listening to the lecture.